So I wanted to start off by apologizing. There was a lot of swearing in the Cuphead stream on Friday, and I'm sure some of you guys were not expecting that. But it kind of gives me a opportunity to just kind of talk about where the channel might be heading regarding like the content and things like that. So like 70-80% of the time I would say I'm still family friendly. But there might be certain moments, such as Friday, where I'm not really as family friendly. And it's just a part of growing up. That's a part of, adult content. And that's just a part of realizing that, I'm not necessarily as reserved on YouTube as I used to be. Like, I've been getting a little crazier. But, that's just kind of who I'm becoming authentically. And I would rather be authentic on YouTube than kind of hide behind, like, a false personality and just try and kind of like be an actor on YouTube. I want to be as authentic as I possibly can to you guys, and some of the time that involves maturing the content up. And I've tried my best to be as authentic and truthful as I possibly can on YouTube. And like just maturing the content that little bit is going to be the next step. But I do digress. I apologize if y'all freaked out a little bit because I was swearing so much in the Cuphead stream, and I'll admit, you guys enjoyed it. Like, I see the watch time on that, and I'm like, oh man, you guys seem to enjoy that. So it might be fun every now and then to do a little more, you know, streams where some of the time I swear, but I'm not gonna necessarily swear like crazy though. I'm gonna try my best not to do that because, I mean, as a part of my faith, I'm not gonna swear like crazy. I mean, it depends on the context of the swearing too. But and it's not like in the case of me swearing in the Cuphead stream, it wasn't offensive to anyone. It wasn't offensive to anyone, and it's the goal I usually try and do when I, do swear is I don't want it to be offensive. That's kind of the goal. Like it's fine to swear for like a reaction thing. Like that's not necessarily, I would say, a bad thing, especially if it's like a video game. But if it's like offensive and in a person, then that's when the swearing would be really bad, and that's the swearing that I want to try and digress and avoid. But, you know, with me kind of taking the next step in maturity and, just with everything kind of happening and, with me kind of trying to keep my authentic personality, that just means going outside my comfort zone a bit and swearing on the channel sometimes, but it's not going to be all the time. It won't necessarily be a frequent thing, like if I say like one swear on stream because I freak out at something, like I wouldn't say it's too big of a deal. Um, but yeah, so it is what it is. The Cuphead stream's up. I'm gonna keep it up, despite the fact my friend and I swore many times. But I do apologize for all the family-friendly ears that have been hurt out there. And yeah, but that's not the meat and potatoes of the video. I know that this news was announced a few days ago, and frankly, it's worrisome. YouTube is rolling out AI in the US to detect if users are actually under 18, and it ignores the stated age and applies restrictions to users it suspects are teens. Now, let me talk about the benefits of this. The benefits of this is that people can't necessarily lie about their age on YouTube anymore. However, it ends up hurting the people who are honest and truthful about their age. And I understand why YouTube's kind of doing it. They're doing it to just avoid people lying about their age and, finding content that isn't appropriate for them or that's way above their age level and they end up getting into some weird things. So it's understandable why YouTube is doing it. And I think AI can be useful in some contexts, but in this context, I don't think so. Because here's the downside about AI: is that AI is gonna have faults. I have a feeling it's gonna have a fault with me because I don't think my face looks like I'm completely under 18. That's partially why I'm growing the beard out, is because like I want to grow it out for the next few days because I am a person that's 18 or above, and I want to make sure YouTube recognizes that, so I want to grow out the beard a little bit. But it's something I'm kind of worried about because I know if this AI ends up like having a fault on me, then I know it's going to affect my what I can watch as a viewer. So it's something I'm kind of worried about for you guys and me. But especially me as a creator, though, it's also worrisome regarding monetization because, like, if all you guys, I think pretty much everybody on my channel is probably between the range of 10 and 17. That's my range estimation regarding your guys' age of y'all watching me. Because I think I am that little bit older, but I'm not too old. So, like, this is literally going to affect every viewer I have for the most part. Like, maybe there's maybe there's a few 18-year-olds out there, but I seriously doubt that. And it's worrisome for you guys because I know it's going to affect what ads you guys see, what you guys see as content, and it is something quite worrisome for the channel. But I wanted to kind of go into the actual article itself to kind of break it down and go over it. And, there's some benefits, but there's also some drawbacks. Extending our built-in protections to more teens on YouTube. So they're going to use machine learning age estimation. And this is also worrisome too because, it's going to end up hurting the people who don't lie about their age, who are actually truthful. And yes, this can be a good way to avoid, people lying about their age. But at the same time, though, I think this is kind of, I think YouTube is going about this the wrong way. But here we go. So people come to YouTube to learn and be entertained. This is true even for the youngest audiences. And it's why we remain laser focused on making sure they have a safe and age-appropriate experience. Over 10 years, they launched YouTube Kids, and 4 years ago, implemented supervised accounts for preteens and teens. Back in February, we shared that we would soon introduce technology that would distinguish between younger viewers and adults to help provide the best and most age-appropriate experiences and protections. And they're going to pretty much roll out machine learning in the next few weeks to estimate their age. See, the word estimate is what I'm worried about. Because here's the thing, right? If they're only doing this based on someone's face, and I'll go into it later, but also apparently based on YouTube history, the word estimate is kind of worrisome to me. Because it's like, if someone is being honest about their age, and the age estimation marks them wrong, like let's say they mark me as like a 15-year-old, like, then that's gonna like really screw some YouTube viewers over, and there's a chance they might end up leaving the platform because their content's restricted and they want to watch some more mature stuff. So that's something kind of concerning. But yeah, they're gonna closely monitor it though before they roll it out. So hopefully that'll make the estimation better. And yeah, it's also kind of unfortunate though that, YouTube does have to go to this length to protect kids on the internet. Partially because of, the leniency of parents, but also because, just because how easy people are able to bypass the system. So this is also worrisome, Like, this should be more of, like, a parent job, It's not like, like YouTube, like, I feel like YouTube wouldn't have this age estimation thing if, like, parents were just able to kind of, like, handle what kids saw on the internet better. Like, I feel like if parents did place more protections themselves, like, YouTube wouldn't have to do this. But yeah. So, we will use AI to interpret a variety of signals that help us determine whether a user is over or under 18. So, these signals include the types of videos a user is searching for, the categories of videos they have watched, or the longevity of the account. And yeah, the longevity of the account, I mean, that's a good factor. But, like, the worrisome thing about this, I would say, from my standpoint, is I've only had my OGSeahorse account for, almost 5 years. And the categories of videos as well, and the types of videos a user is searching for, I feel like this is all against me. Because I feel like that YouTube is going to look at my search stuff and be like, yeah, this guy I think is a little bit under 18. And that's because I watch Roblox videos. I do watch some, like, memes on a kid's TV show. So I feel like that's also going to flag me as someone who's under 18. But, like, this is something worrisome because it's like, YouTube is just kind of making estimations and not necessarily asking the viewer themselves what they watch, which I feel like would be a good thing, but then it's like people could also lie on the survey And I feel like this would be a solid solution. Is you create a survey, you check the viewer's search history while they do the survey, almost as like a lie detector sort of thing. And then that could keep people from, lying about what they say, um, or lying about what YouTube videos they watch. I feel like if you implement something like that, like if you ask the viewer what they watch and then you check it yourself to make sure that they aren't lying, I feel like that would be a great way to detect people's account age while at the same time, making sure to, give them the videos that, are appropriate for them to watch. And we'll just continue going into this. When the system identifies a teen user, will automatically apply our age appropriate experiences and protections. And this is what's going to impact you guys the most as viewers. So, disabling personalized advertising, which is honestly fine. I'm not going to make money off of ads yet, anyways. And turning on digital well being tools, okay. And adding safeguards, including limiting repetitive views of some kinds of content. And this is the worrisome part. If you guys start watching me too much, like, what in the world are they going to do? Like, are they going to, like, just place safeguards on, are you guys not going to be able to watch my videos as much? Like, if, you guys watch them too much, or, like, this is the confusing thing. And hopefully, there's a good way to kind of, like, monitor this. Because if not, then, I think this will impact viewership the most. So this is what I'm kind of worried about out of all these. Like, these two I'm not even worried about. But this I'm kind of worried about, Because it's like, how much is repetitive? One video every day? Like, is that repetitive? Or two videos a day? Is that too repetitive? Like, that's kind of the confusing thing. Especially for a person such as myself that, kind of just watches, like, the same YouTube channel or multiple videos from the same channel. Like, am I just going to have to watch videos from varieties of different channels now? Like, this is the thing that, I'm hoping that YouTube does well, because, if not, then there's a chance this can majorly impact viewership. And if the system incorrectly estimates a user to be under 18, they will have the option to verify this. But this is worrisome, because literally it's like your own private info you have to use to verify. Like a credit card or government ID. Like, I would have to upload my whole driver's license in order to verify that I'm 18 if they estimate me wrong. And this is honestly kind of a pain. Because putting your personal information out there on the internet is a bad idea. I take internet safety very seriously. I get worried about, someone leaking my location, or I'm worried about when an IP leak happens. I'm even worried about what some people say some of the time, because it's like, then there's a chance people could figure something out that way. So I get very worried about, just internet safety and making sure nothing bad happens. And this is a red flag for me. This is a red flag. Like, using a credit card or government ID. Like, there has to be a way to make the AI more specific, and then hopefully you don't have to do something like this. But it's just a pain in the neck. Because if, YouTube gets hacked or something, then, everybody's cooked if they do this. So, that's worrisome. And they said we will only allow users who have been inferred or verified as over 18 to view age-restricted content that may be inappropriate for younger users. And yeah, YouTube was one of the first platforms. We're proud to be at the forefront. Families trust YouTube and will continue to invest to protect their ability to explore safety online. So yeah, overall, honestly, there's some worrisome things in here. But at the same time, there's honestly some good things. I feel like these things are fine. It's understandable that YouTube wants to have, it's understandable that YouTube wants to have people be safer on the platform. But I feel like using AI in, this context kind of goes about it the wrong way. I think having, a survey and then checking if people are lying by, actually checking their history is honestly a better method than using AI. But I kind of want to go back to what I said about the channel real quick. Because, yes, there are going to be moments where I am going to be a little more mature. However, because of, all this YouTube stuff coming out, I also want to stay family friendly to a degree as well. So, that's why I only want to do streams where, I'm going to be a little bit more mature every now and then, or like the Cuphead streams. Like the Cuphead streams, I'm going to be a little bit more mature. But, this is kind of worrisome because it's like, yeah, if I want to go a little more mature, there's the chance and the risk that you guys wouldn't be able to watch it as much because who knows? There's a chance that it gets like age restricted. Now, that hasn't happened to me yet, but if something like that does happen, that'd be pretty concerning. So that's what I'm kind of worried about. So that's why I really don't want to take the step on the channel where I like start posting 18 plus content. I doubt I'm ever going to go that route. But I want to focus on making like teen oriented content, that's mature enough, but that doesn't necessarily step the borderline. So that's kind of where I want to reach with YouTube. But that leads me into, actually that doesn't lead me into the next thing. But Roblox also decided to bring back the oof sound officially. Here's the video again, by the way, for anyone who hasn't seen it. There's the oof sound. So they posted that, and what they they decided to post it again, or quote tweet it, but they said, "We heard you, check your default death sound." So you're pretty much able to have the oof sound as your default again, which is awesome. So that new oof sound is officially gone, and now the default death sound is the oof sound. The old sound is back. I don't know why I said new oof sound. I guess the new oof sound is the or whatever the heck it is. That sounds like you're vomiting or choking on something. But yes, the oof sound is back as the default. Awesome, nostalgic, amazing update. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you to you guys. I wanted to say thank you because the channel is very, very close to monetization. It's very, very close. Like, this is the amount of public watch hours I have within the past year. It is very close to 3,000. And I kind of wanted to open it to you guys because at the end of this month, a lot of things are going to be changing for me personally. And it's going to be a lot harder for me to even do uploads and live streams. And really, before that, I want to try and hit 3K watch hours. So I wanted to leave it up to you guys. What type of content do you guys want to see? There's a lot of Roblox updates that are coming out next weekend. We got Piggy, Doors, and Ink Game all updating next weekend, so I'm definitely going to be streaming all those updates. But I wanted to kind of leave it open to you guys in regards to what content you guys want to see. I'm still going to do Cuphead. I've had fun with Cuphead. Cuphead's still going to be a thing. I'll do more Minecraft stuff. But if there's any video recommendations or ideas you guys want to see, let me know. Because I want to do stuff that you guys are going to watch the most. Because, it's going to help me reach monetization. But, I'm also going to enjoy it. I have a couple different videos I want to focus on working on. Like 99 Nights. There's going to be a pressure video, hopefully, that'll be out. It's filmed, / unlisted stream, because that's how I did it. But, I know there's a few videos that need to be filmed and edited, so I'm going to hopefully have those out as soon as possible for you guys, whenever I get the chance. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, because without you guys, I wouldn't have gotten this far in the channel. And yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for me on how to change the content too, let me know in the comments. Because, I'll accept any changes. But at the same time, I don't want to, overwork myself. I've been thinking about maybe doing shorts and regular streams simultaneously again. Because, that might really help with watch hours. But at the same time, if it backfires, it might not. So, there's a chance I might do a little bit of experimenting regarding videos. And this is also going to be good because, once all the stuff happens for me, it'll kind of help me dictate where to kind of take the channel next. But, yeah. And I wanted to also show this. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. It'll help you stay notified of streams, to watch the streams, and in turn, that'll help out with watch hours. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you. You guys have truly been awesome. I've enjoyed doing the channel this summer. Honestly, maybe more than any other summer. I wanted to give a huge shout out to my friend, Jaqueezy. His YouTube channel name's Jaqueezy. But I wanted to give a huge shout out to him because, streaming with him has been awesome. It's something I've never really streamed with a friend in person before. And I haven't necessarily been too big to collabs, but I feel like this summer has been the biggest on the channel for collabs. And I just wanted to thank him for that. support. But yeah, guys, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out. Woo!